All right, guys, welcome back to the show. I should have a couple videos for you guys today, or a couple segments for you guys today. Been a little busy, so I've been still trying to grind out multiple videos for you guys per day on the most important headlines that we got. So just to get right into it, the first segment that we got is basically today Donald Trump saying that he's going to bring 600,000 Chinese students into America. It's not really going well with the base here, is what I'd say. People like Laura Loomer, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I guess, losing their shit over it. Um, a couple things that's funny about this is, you know, I guess it was like in May, I believe, Marco Rubio said that we'd be restricting uh, Chinese students visas for to go to school here, and then now what? It's 3 months later, and then Donald Trump says we're actually going to double the number. So we have about 270,000 from what I've seen here right now. He says we're going to allow around 600,000, so that's 330 more thousand coming here. So I guess the main points that the MAGA Republicans are saying is, well, one, they're saying that they're Chinese Communist Party spies, which nobody believes that. If you pitch that to their base, I guess they would believe that, right? Um, but I think that's an incoherent point. The second point would be that basically they're taking away from American citizens by bringing in foreigners. They're taking the jobs of, not the jobs, but the spots of American citizens, and that's just a basic level of economics. Really, that it just doesn't make any sense. That would be just a really base level of economics. They do this with like working in the United States. There's not a solidified number of jobs, and since that other people are coming in to work, that means the jobs are now being replaced, right? If you have a bigger economy, that means more jobs. So I think the way they're thinking of economics is that this country is like a limited number of jobs. There's 100,000 jobs, and if you bring in other people, then they'll take away from the 100,000 jobs. But more what it's like is in my head is, um, let's say there's 100. This is just basically me just talking about it in general, and I'll talk more about the tuition head on. But uh, just in terms of like economy and working jobs and people coming over, which I really hit hard yesterday. But if you have 100,000 jobs, say right now, and you bring and there's more foreigners that come over, right? That means more people are willing to spend money, and there's more people willing to work. So if there's more people that's willing to spend money, first off, then there will be more demand for jobs. So the jobs will go up by 10,000, 20,000. Uh, that's just a really better way of looking at it from a base level. Than there's a solidified 100,000 people that get a job, and that no way can that number increase with other people coming in. And if other people come in, then the Americans will lose jobs. That's just not how it works. Okay, so I will get into this article. This video isn't the video of him talking about the 600,000 people. But the headline is MAGA rages over Trump's Chinese student numbers. Should never allow that. Okay, I'll read the first couple of paragraphs for you guys. Um, Supporters of President Donald Trump are outraged by his announcement that 600,000 Chinese students will be allowed into the United States to study. Trump made the comments at the White House on Monday as trade talks with China continue, saying it was very important to allow Chinese students into the country. Uh, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican from Georgia, was among the critics of the plan, saying the U.S. should not let in students who may be loyal to the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Newsweek has contacted the White House for comment. Okay. uh, I think that here's where it talks about Marco Rubio. Trump's announcement marks a reversal from his administration's previous hardline approach and the America First policies that his base of supporters embrace. Earlier this year, Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced that the U.S. would aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students and tighten future visa screening. But Trump said in June that he had always been in favor of allowing Chinese students into the country. Okay, so I want to pivot off that. First off, it's hilarious that Marco Rubio thought that he was going to be restricting people. And this is probably one of the only times you'll hear me praising Donald Trump, but I'm not praising Donald Trump. Let's not, let me go back on that. Not praising him, but I agree with the letting more people in. I'm not in favor of just allowing whoever and however many want to come. But I'd say if we need more people, then let them come. Or it's not like I'm begging for them to come over. More like is my stance. I'm not begging for anybody to come over, but if they want to come over, I see no problem with it. Because just like one of my earlier examples, a more inline example is like say 100,000 people went to a school, right? They probably cannot function by itself. Like I think University of Michigan one, they cannot function with just American students because they pay a lot less than the Chinese or any international student. International students pay like 3 times the amount of tuition than the in-state tuition of a American citizen. So like I think here, like where I'm from, I actually have the right here, Ole Miss. I think the in-state is like 14,000 or something like that. It's not that much at all. And if they were all in-state American citizens paying 14,000, they'd either up the price because they can't function at that rate, or they would lessen the amount of people that can come in. Okay. With bringing in this many people from international, they'll pay more in tuition, which will allow more people to be able to attend college. First off, so it would benefit people, all American citizens that would want to go to college because there would be more spots to go to college and acceptance rates would go up. The only thing where it might conflict in that I guess in that way would be, from my knowledge, would be the private institutions like Harvard, where it's actually a set number where people could get in, and unless they up that number, then that would be great, and I don't see why they wouldn't. That's the only place where I think where it could hurt American citizens at like those big Ivy League schools like Harvard or whatnot, and that's just because they won't up the amount of students that they accept. So yeah, I mean it would be good all around from for American citizens that want to go to college. It would actually lower college cost, and it would allow for more spots and up acceptance rates, and it would even what would you call it, fund the grants and things of that, and scholarships and things of that nature. There's, you can look it up, there's plenty of evidence of out of state, even just, let's not even take international students, just out of state students, subsidizing the in-state students with grants and scholarships and things of that nature, just because they pay more into the school, and that's how the school makes money. Okay, I will just show you guys basically the tweet that Marjorie Taylor Greene put out. I'll read it in its entirety here. We should not let in 600,000 Chinese students to attend American colleges and universities that may be loyal to the CCP. I don't see where there's just no evidence to support that. Uh, like right now, there's 280,000, 270,000 people. Sorry, 270,000 Chinese students in America right now. So you're saying that we have people loyal to the CCP in the United States right now, but she can't provide any evidence of that, obviously. So that first point is refuted. Next point: if refusing to allow these Chinese students to attend our schools causes 15% of them to fail, then these schools should fail anyways because they are being propped up for CCP, propped up by the CCP. So she's saying that if some schools fail because bringing in the international students would prevent some schools to fail because obviously they're low on money, and then if the international student were to go there, they would pay full tuition and help out the college, like we said. And basically, to me, this point is you're wanting a American college to fail uh, because you don't want Chinese people to come here, Chinese students to come here. And a lot of Chinese students will stay in the United States, and that would help grow the American economy and help the United States. So that second point is also refuted. It doesn't make any sense. You're actually rooting against the American college. It doesn't make any sense. I don't see why you would want an American college to fail. Uh, Third point, why are we allowing 600,000 students from China to replace our American students' opportunities? I just went over that. It would actually increase the American students' opportunities. The only place where it might, and I will admit it might conflict is the big Ivy League schools, at like Harvard and things of that nature, if they won't allow more enrollment in their schools. So, but if they let's say that was the case, they could still go to a good public school, and there would be no lost opportunity in terms of college itself. Okay, so that point is also semi-refuted. She says we should never allow that, and we need more trade school graduates. Trade schools are a great alternative and produce the essential education and training for most needed jobs in America with very high starting pay. And I have no disagreements with her there. I think trade school is a lot better than regular school. It's straight to the point, and you don't have to take those bullshit core classes that doesn't help towards your major. So, yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a feud there with the president, even his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, saying that we weren't going to do this, and now we are doing this. There's a little bit of conflict there, but I think both of them have good points. I think Trump has a good point with bringing in the Chinese students. That would help save 15%. Apparently, that's her number. 15% of the colleges that are failing, that would help. But she's saying that it was the Chinese Communist Party is subsidizing them. The Chinese Communist Party is, if you want to take that route, they're subsidizing our furniture. They're subsidizing everything because they ship so much stuff here. Like, are they subsidizing the United States? You wouldn't say that though, right? So it doesn't make any sense. I do agree with that. Trade schools are good, but I see no problem with the Chinese students. Probably one of the only times you'll see me agreeing with Donald Trump, because he has a lot of bad takes. Okay, and this is probably the only good take I've seen in a while. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this one here. You guys follow me on. I'll have my socials down below. And if you guys do want to donate to independent media, all my things of like Cash App and things of that nature are down below. I would greatly appreciate that. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you guys in the next segment.